Good afternoon. Today is Monday, May 9th, 2011. This is the Student Senate General Assembly meeting of Johnson County Community College. I now call the meeting to order at 12:10 p.m. First order of business will be the adoption of last week's minutes, after which we will continue with the adoption of this week's minutes, and then we will continue on with the guest welcome of all of our guests present with us today. I will now entertain a motion to adopt last week's minutes. Thank you.
Second.
The adoption of this week's agenda, as seen, it's not very much, but it is all in
Motion to adopt this week's agenda.
entirety. Second. Thank you, Senator. We'll now go through with the guest welcome. We'll start with Cody and work our way around. Please tell us what organization and the reason why you're here, and also your name, and that'll be good to go.
I'm Cody Rutledge, and here for the proposed football program here on Johnson County campus.
Nicholas Dulwich, also here for the proposed football team here on Johnson County Community Campus.
I'm Joshua Sherrill. I'm here to reinstate the Outdoors Club at Johnson County Community College.
Certainly, we thank Cody, Nick, and Joshua to be here with us today. I'm very happy to have you with us. We apologize for any inconvenience and future annoyances throughout the course of this meeting ahead of time. Now that we have that said and done, we will now continue on with new business, and I will yield over 10 minutes to Cody and Nicholas for the proposed football program.
Basically, I just feel that I don't see why we don't have a football program in the first place. Like, I understand money is an issue, but seeing that we do so well in all of our other athletics, I don't see why we can't do as well or maybe even better in our football program. Yes, money is an issue, but getting it past you guys and having your guys' support and backing us, the next step then is finding out exact numbers money-wise to get everything built and the cost of everything.
Yeah, as like Cody says, all of our sports thrive, and as much as people look on cost of the football team and how much it's going to cost, I believe all of you guys will agree that here at Johnson County we look, towards the future. And if you take a look at a football team, there's no reason in this city that Johnson County could not thrive off of a football team in the near future. I mean, people, everything. I mean, we have, I don't know if anyone has informed you, we have the backing of the Dean of Sports already. He has said he will back this if we can get this in front of the Board of Trustees. So we come searching for your guys' help and backing also in doing this, and we don't have any problem asking any questions that you guys would have on the current situation.
Go on.
Do you want to make it an actual, like, a football club or an
Yeah,
actual
no,
team?
an actual NCAA football team, part of the Jayhawk Conference.
NJC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NJC.
Yeah.
JAA.
Yeah.
Jayhawk.
So if you guys are saying about how the sports programs at the school are thriving so much and how you don't see why there's not a need for the football program, the fact that there isn't a football program already in place shows that there must be some reason why it's not there to begin with. Have you guys been able to determine why there isn't a football program already
Yes,
in place?
I actually had a talk with a dean, like I said, and he says the problem is they don't have, I like to call it a major source of funding, which means like one person to back the program. And he says it has been 12 years since anyone's even talked of putting a football team in place here on campus. So they kind of just pitched it and then tossed it to the side. So that's why we've already started the petition. Only Friday, we already have 367 names to the petition.
Cool.
I think there's been studies done where, although football does kind of bring in quite a bit of revenue, it also takes away from other sports teams and on campus. And me being a past runner for the cross country and track teams, I kind of see how it can take away from other sports.
Well, I mean, there's always something taken away. I mean, you have to look at it from that way. I mean, that's just, it's the way it is. But if that was the case, if we're just talking about Xing and crossing out, I mean, how is there a place for progression in anything on the campus if we're just going to talk about Xing other things out? I mean, at some point, we have to think about future involvement with other people on Johnson County Community Campus, and I just think sporting, adding another team, getting the school more involved, the community. It would just be great for the campus all around.
The other thing I think has to be remembered is that if we add this team, and this was talked about between the advisor, myself, and a few others, if we add this team, we also have to have equal access with Title IX under the
We
federal
actually
government.
consult that.
Okay.
We researched T9, I did it the other day, and women's golf would be the addition to the T9 if admitted the football program was.
And the other thing I wanted to ask about is also how many other community colleges, because from my understanding, we'll be playing against other community colleges, is that correct?
There are 8 teams in the Junior Conference.
Okay, other 8 teams, all right. Yes,
So what exactly are you asking from the Senate?
Support. We're trying to push this. We have been told by the Board of Trustees that if we can get the Student Senate support and the Dean's support and the right signatures on a petition, that they will hear a push for a Johnson County football team.
we'll go Senator and then Treasurer.
Oh, okay. Well, I personally really agree that we should have a football team. I mean, football is one of the biggest sports, and I totally believe our school have enough athletes and stuff. But do you guys come up with any idea, like, because the problem that this college don't have a football team is because we don't have a major source of funding. Mm-hmm. So how would the future program maybe get their source of funding?
You could look at it several different ways. If we got your support and the Board of Trustees said, okay, our funding would come from fundraisers that we would run and try to get funding that way. Try private party funding, donations from outside sources, and then seeing if local companies in Johnson County would want to try and sponsor. Like, they would back us 100%. And that's another private funding coming in.
You know, and I mean, everyone assumes like this isn't a program where we're just wanting to establish it and run. You know, I'm not saying like next year. What I'm saying is, you know, if we gave this few years and said we were going to put a football team in progress, we could build up and work our way to a football team, get the stuff in place to get it done, to actually put it in place. I mean, you know, I'm not saying let's hit it, run, start the football team. I would just like to see the right steps taken to bringing a football team to Johnson County. So.
I have two questions. One is, have you thought of the organization of that team? Like, do you have a coach that could assist you with the team, or do you have anyone interested in that?
The Dean of Sports actually said that if it got put into the motion that he would take the responsibility for finding a coach and finding the right sports facilities, like you would have to medical doctors. If it got passed, he said he would take full. Yes.
Okay. And one more question. For us, do you want signature? Do you want vote? What exactly would be preferred for you?
Probably what would happen, if it would be okay, if we got the vote of the Senate, I would probably keep in contact with the president, such as yourself, and use him as a voice of the Senate when we go in front of the Board of Trustees for support.
When's the next meeting after going to the Board of Trustees? Is it the last one in May?
Correct.
Okay. This is one option that we can look at. If the Senate, with their approval from the General Assembly now, thought that it'd be best for us to lend you our support, I can be present at the Board of Trustees meeting since I'm already there, and maybe that could be another outlet and speak on your behalf if I have to. If not, then, I mean, it's all guaranteed and all up to the voice of the Senate, and that's all I can say. But I think that would probably be the best, and it's not just going back and forth, it's me actually there for you. And we can ask any other senator to come along if they so choose fit to.
Sounds great. So
what I will ask is that you all step out of the room for a second as we discuss this, and then we will invite you back in and let you know what we decide.
Thank you for hearing us out.
Senator?
I was just going to say, I think that having a football team would actually help. Because the different sports that we have on campus are already established. So people that go to those sort of events are going to keep going. So I don't really think that it would take away from.
Well, they could lose.
Well-
They've been defeated for 41 years.
But, and then also I think this could also be an opportunity for us to get like a marching band as well. You know, having a football team, I'm a past marching band member, so, you know, that sort of thing is.
Oh, God. Oh. Thank you, Senator. Appreciate that. Please, Senator, you had something.
I mean, I do like the idea of having a football team on campus. You know, it sounds pretty cool, and I know it would improve involvement. But there were a couple of things I was trying to ask, but we just didn't have time for it. I don't know where we would put it in. The proposed spot that they had is already being taken up by Campus Farm next semester. And I know with like the $6 million budget cut that we got from state and local, it's going to be a much more difficult thing to do. And I know the baseball team alone and football teams are usually roughly double the price of the baseball team. Was it $2.5 million over the past 5 years in the baseball team? So I'm just funding. I don't know if we can get enough from sponsors in the area. And if anyone has a solution.
We'll discuss that. Senator Shriver, and then
I think this is a very initial stage of the football team. I mean, there's no telling if it's gonna go through anyway. So I mean, as a student body, we need to kind of give them some sort of support, kind of let them see how far can go with this. Because us giving approval to it is not guaranteed it's gonna go anywhere. So there are so many obstacles that I see ahead for them, but we have to kind of give them a chance to get what they want to. So give them that support. Because we really don't have a voice in maybe articulating how far this is going to go.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also, football is a really big sport here, especially. That's what I've noticed. So I guess it would be a good source of money. People would attend the games and they would support the team. I don't see why not. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to get together and organize it and start running, but I think we have nothing to lose by approving.
I agree.
I don't see how the Senate is an appropriate venue for them to be pitching that idea. It's not like they're trying to form a club. They're trying to form a team, a school team.
Mindy.
No, but they were told that they have to come get our support before they can take it before the board of trustees.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, before we started electing aliens to the executive board, we had some weight around this joint. Let's go, Sam.
I don't see why we won't give them a chance. What if Johnson County ends up being known for having one of the best football teams in community colleges? You never know. That will help admissions. That will help the school spirit in general.
Also generates more scholarships.
You can continue discussion.
If we could, take a vote on whether the Senate should lend their support. Are you done? Thank you. If we could, by all means, take a vote over whether the Senate should lend its support to the proposed football program as a step inside and step to the Board of Trustees in this coming month's last meeting. I think that would be most appropriate for this time as we finish up our first item of business. Now, Mr. Secretary, I'll allow for you to entertain that vote and record that as seen necessary with a yay, nay, or abstention. hopefully we won't have any interruptions with that.
Are all those in favor of giving the support to the football team?
Mindy, if you could. Nicholas and Cody, it is with great honor and pleasure to announce that we have officially voted, the Senate officially, excuse me, I'm sorry, voted to support, to lend our support to you as you step up to the Board of Trustees, and I will personally be more than happy, as I will already be there, to step up and speak on your behalf, as you may need me for the last meeting of this year. I'm sure that we will be in touch the next coming days. As you can see, my email is available on the agenda. That's the best place to reach me, and I wish you all the very best. Now, you're more than welcome to stay for this very crazy, wacky meeting. If not,
We'll stay.
thank you.
Enjoy your votes.
Thank you. Of course, you know that you always have a friend in the Center for Student Involvement. We look forward to sending you all up there as much as we possibly can if there's anything else that we can further help you with. And that's usually what the Vice President says, but former Vice President, excuse me, Mr. Vice President, former Vice President says, but since he looks like Max from the Goofy movie, I'm going to just go ahead and say that in his place. I will now turn over and yield over 10 minutes to the Vice President to the Outdoors Club reinstatement. Mr. Vice President.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have Joshua Sherrill. He will talk on behalf of former Sportsman Club to now called Outdoors Club. They want to reinstate this club. If you may, please tell us a little bit what the club is going to be all about.
The Outdoors Club is formerly the Sportsman's Club, which was limited to fishing and hunting. So Frank Syracuse offered me the ability to become the president and back it, and I wanted to change it to the Outdoors Club to appeal to a wider demographic of people, not just include fishing and hunting, but also include stuff like camping, hiking, mountain biking, and whatever else other outdoor enthusiasts may be interested in. One of our main focuses is on conservation and conservation efforts. Other than that, it's really just about getting out and meeting people with common interests and going out and doing stuff like that.
Will the club be directed to people who are already involved in those sports and activities, or will you teach them, inform them, or just do the sport activities?
It's all that stuff. We teach, inform, help support people who are just interested in it and never done it before. I've actually got a lot of experience in mountain biking, rappelling, hiking, survival training, and conservation myself.
So theoretically, anybody could participate in that?
Yeah, anyone with the interest and up to the task.
Will you have an entrance fee or something?
No. Most of it is privately funded.
Since your club is being reinstated, is there a particular reason why it was deactivated in the first place?
I didn't ask. I was told it was because of lack of attendance, and the president of the former club dropped all of his classes and dropped out of school, so they dropped the club altogether.
So how would you solve that problem if you were to be reinstated?
Well, I'm the president, and I'll do a bunch of recruiting. I've already got 11 people, so they're just waiting for a club.
What, if you're reinstated, what can you bring to the school? Like, what can your club bring for us?
Mostly education about conservation efforts, like conservation of resources and ecological conservation, such as preserving animals, endangered species, and stuff like that. What a lot of people don't realize is that all funding for conservation efforts comes from the revenue of hunting and fishing licenses. Without that, there is no conservation.
Understanding that we've covered most of the questions. Gina?
You said you're trying to recruit members, but do you have the list of people who would be interested, like from the previous club, maybe people that weren't?
No, I don't have any of the people previous club. People interested in the new club are personal friends of mine who talked to me about wanting one of these. And when I got the email from Frank Syracuse earlier in the semester, I actually dismissed it by accident, and I came upon it again, and kind of trying to rush to get this approved so I can do more recruiting over the summer. But no, I do not have a list. I'm sorry.
I have it myself. I personally would join, but I do have one question. When I think of the sports that you labeled, rock climbing, hunting, stuff like that, what do you have for terms of like safety?
Right now, the only things we include are hiking, camping, fishing, and hunting. And the hunting aspect is mostly funneling people to hunter safety courses and going out with the faculty advisor. Frank Syracuse himself is a very experienced hunter and actually owns his own property, his own conservation property. So stuff like that. But as far as rock climbing, like boating or like whitewater rafting, stuff like that, we don't really do that yet. And that would be something I'd have to seriously consider doing over time. I'm not comfortable doing that right now. That's definitely a big responsibility, but it is a possibility.
Maybe it's too early for this question, but do you have think about like how often will the club meet and how often is the outing or the camping or the activities that you're going to do?
The few people I talked to are, I think they're a little overeager and they want to go out every week to like places like Hurley Miller Nature Park and like Shawnee Mission Park and do like learn about conservation and learn about like animals and stuff like that and just go hiking and biking and do a little fishing together. But in all honesty, I think it might be a bi-weekly thing with a meeting at the end of the month to discuss, new business and direction of the club and stuff like and activities, stuff like that.
So you expect maybe like once a month?
I expect to go on about 2 trips a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about meetings? Like just
There will be a meeting every week on Fridays at 2 o'clock in the Down Under restaurant area.
Thank you very much. All right, if I could ask you to step over for a couple of minutes. Wow. Well, most of the concerns have been raised, and I'm very happy for that. Do we have any more questions? Yes.
I just have a comment. I like the fact that that he opened it more so as an outdoors club versus just a sportsman club. I feel like it's nice that they included everyone and not necessarily just the hunters and the fishers, and I feel like it would help them maintain a wider audience base on campus.
To answer the questions about recruitment efforts, he and I have actually been talking, and once the club is approved, he and I are actually going to sit down and talk about different ways that they can help further their recruitment going forward.
Well, my concern is that because he said they would not want to do like 2 trips a month, all this funding will have to be very, very regular. I mean, 2 times a month, you'll have to fund them because they won't be able to collect everything.
One thing for sure that I know, Frank Syracuse, he has his own, as he said, his own land, and I believe he will be backing up most of the funding.
Yeah, it seems like most of the trips that they're going to go aren't very far away.
Yeah.
They're only
I don't believe they can get the funding
at least
right now.
I mean, at the most.
Not for
Okay, we will move on to the voting process. Firework. We have one more question?
I was just agreeing with that. When they said places like Shawnee Mission Park and Ernie Miller, I mean, that's like, 5 miles down the road, and I think they have most of the equipment already. So I don't think they'd be trying to, go for thousands every month or something.
Yeah, I think that's the second problem, but not affecting the reinstating.
So, all in favor for reinstating any names? Is that a no? Oh, sorry. What happened? meeting. Well, congratulations, your club has been reinstated. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email or meet up in the CSI with me. You're free to leave or stay here. One day nobody wants to leave a meeting.
I don't have to do anything anymore, I just want to ride.
It's the cake, isn't it? Certainly not
Cake.
these jokes. Congratulations once again. Would you join me up here? Thanks to stand up and help me out with this. We can get this show on the road. This is the first one I'm actually going to call you guys. It's the old guys. It's not that funny. It's not funny. Anyway. Would you old guys come up here, please? Without any extra thank you. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna miss you guys so much.
I'm not. Well, here's the first sad song that will be sung today, besides Kokomo and Firework. All of us guys got together and we got you a gift. And we didn't know really what to get you because we're not very good for shopping for anybody besides ourselves. But we wanted to give you something that you could always remember us by. And we gave you a photograph of all of ourselves. And we wrote just how much you mean to us. And the quote that I thought would probably be best for us would be to show our appreciation towards you was for one brief shining moment of Camelot. Because, I mean, you stepped in and you was a big star with all of us. And we had our Camelot. And now, thank the Lord, it's over with some of us. And for two of us who still have this for a long time. But this is for you. And we thank you for being our advisor. And we love you very much.
It's very sweet.
We're proud.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and then next, actually, if you all can stay up here. Mindy is actually going to present us with a little gift that I got, that we got, that she got. She did. Okay.
Well,
Senate
our agency account did.
Don't ask questions in front of the new treasurer. You know she's the stickler for money.
No, this came out of our fundraising. Yes, we have these beautiful certificates, frame certificates. The first one is for Corey. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. John, leadership is practice, not so much in words as in attitudes and in actions. Amir, a good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Amir, nothing is so strong as the gentleness, and nothing is so gentle as restraint.
Thank you.
And Jeremy, millions saw the apple fall, but Newton was the one who asked why. But they all are appropriate, and I do thank you guys so much. You guys had to kind of put up with a lot this year of getting an advisor partially way through, getting a couple new guys partially way through, and a lot of us kind of learning as we go. So thank you guys so much for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and then of course, we would not be anything without the rest of you. And so we have a little gift for all of you, and we would like it if you kind of came around Andrew and came back through this way, so the old exec board actually have to scoot up. You'll be presented with your award.
Oh boy, please get it ready.
You'll be presented with your award, and then also maybe I have a few for you. So if we can go on and start, Mr. Parliamentarian first. Sam. Sammy! Sammy boy! Sam's wearing an original Johnson County shirt. Look at him strut that stuff. Go on, Sam. Kevin. Kevin is modeling the same shirt with keys on his back pocket. I wonder what doors he's opening up for the future. Excuse me. John Cooler. Cooler has on Nike sweatpants that are tight. Look at him strut. In an original, that's kind of shirt. Oh. Gina! No, just come on now.
Yeah, you don't have to survive the
Gina is a new mother. She's very protective over her budget. We'll be very interesting. Happy belated Mother's Day. You're welcome. Rebecca! Rebecca's about to butt dial someone as her phone is in her back pocket. I wonder who she's calling. Hopefully it's not anyone in the room and they will not answer their phone.
That phone's vibrating. Hold on.
I'm so proud of this one. Who would have thought she would have made it this far? Our baby.
I think everybody's
So proud of you. This makes me so happy. Thank you. You pull off that color very well. Of course I will. Mike. Mike is a very elegant man who likes long walks on the beach, quiet candlelit nights, and nice long talks with fellow senators. Chicks love nerds. Mike is a nerd. And chicks love him. That's a great shirt. Eric! Eric has attitude, boy, baby, boy. Eric is Eric. What more can you say? Eric. He's so savvy. Eric. Eric. Can you do it just one time for me? So the camera can get it. Attitude! Attitude! So proud of you. I'm so happy. Maxwell! Maxwell is going to be most likely to take over the world in the next 10 years. Alicia! 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 Alicia is wearing a Jeremy Camp shirt who she will one day marry. And high heels. She's the only senator with high heels on. Work it! Oh, Gina has heels too, sorry.
Good thing you took yours off too.
I didn't want to show anybody up.
Okay, so one time I will ever let you hug me.
You're not the only person that says that. Oh, Alicia, I'm sorry. So many heels, I'm sorry. Hector! Hector! Go around, go around! I was told this morning that Hector's going to be the only one on Student Senate next year to give me a run for my money when it comes to my suits. We'll have to go suit shopping together. Boys! It sounds like she's going to a chow down. And here she comes. There is Hoy.
Thank you so much, Bob.
I'm so glad they weren't bringing that. Oh!
She has a boyfriend.
Yeah, I saw that.
She does. Oh! She's off the market, ladies and gentlemen.
From Spain.
Yeah.
Natalie! Now, Natalie is the baby of the Senate. She is that correct? Am I right? Are you?
Yes.
She's the youngest, but we won't say how old she is. 12. I hear 11 over here. Do I get 10? Can I get 10 over here? I got 10. Can I get 9? 9.5. 9.5.
Sold!
Uh-oh, the alien, Jeremy Walsh. You know, when I was growing up, my grandpa always used to say to all of his kids, stop asking so many questions. And I used to think that every time Jeremy would ask a question, but every question that he asked was completely relevant and it would not have been asked by anybody else.
Well, and that's why I'm saying thank you for asking.
Yes, that's why we say thank you. Appreciate it. Get over here. Take you down to Arkansas with me. Who's next? Emil! Uh-oh! Lover boy!
Give me that.
Give me. Jacob!
Yay, Jacob.
We'll have a moment in silence for Jacob.
All right. Corey Barrett.
Had to say it, didn't you?
Big boy. How you doing? Back.
And Amir Bazadeh.
Around the table. Oh.
Thank you guys so much for all of your hard work and service this year. Really, I mean, we did accomplish a lot. It's really great to have had you guys. For those of you guys who are moving on to your next endeavor, I wish you all the best of luck in everything you do. I hope you guys are able to go out and accomplish everything you set your minds to.
And then for those of you guys who are returning next semester, of course, I wish you guys to go out and do whatever it is you want to accomplish and everything you hope to do in your lives, but I'll see you next year.
It's been real. But in all seriousness, I agree with Mindy. I really want to thank each and every one of you guys. Have been great. We've had a lot of good times. A little too many good times, but a lot of good times together. And again, I don't know where I would be without these hooligans here. And Mindy, I thank you for putting up with their board meetings. Those are going to have to change next year dramatically. But again, I know all of you will do great things. And I mean that. I don't just say things just to say it. I mean when I say something. And I know that in here we have the future, leaders of the free world and doctors and lawyers and next Oprah and I'm trying to think of who else, and Bill Gates, and it's just going to be great. And I can't wait to see all the great things that you all accomplish and achieve in the next year and the years to come. And I hope we all can stay in touch and be Facebook friends.
Can we be real people friends?
We can be real people friends. Yes, and most of all, there's one person who we cannot forget to thank, and we are thanking him today with cake because we know that he would love that. Is Andrew. Andrew has been here with us from the very beginning of all of our craziness. I'm sure he has about 1 million outtakes of all of us messing up throughout the 7 days. And Andrew, we really can't wait to have you back next year as we record future meetings, and we really thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all the hard work that you do.
I guess we'll show up on the camera.
Just one time. Just one time. Just one time. We're not even crying. This is going to be something next year. I'm very proud of each and every one of you again, and thank you for all your hard work. The ex-treasurer, ex-vice president, ex-secretary, it's good to have you as an ex. I like to have you as an exes than my real exes, so that's right. That says a lot. This one I wish was an ex. But I want you all to enjoy the rest of the meeting. Before you go to class, there's cake and punch, and have fun and party and do work. Do great things. Kevin, adjourn another meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Wait.
Just before we adjourn, I just want to extend an invitation to everybody in this room because I've been part of the Senate for a while. And this Thursday, the school is going to do a reception. For me, I want a Jack and Cook scholar. Like, you get 30,000 a year for 3 years. Bachelor's. So the college president and the other faculty members will be there. Being Rainier Center 270. So I would like to extend an invitation. It will be a breakfast at 9 o'clock. So free food.
Free food. You don't have them all here. So congratulations to you.
So you're welcome. No,
I'm sure you'll get a whole bunch of emails for that. More emails than we got this year. Well, adjournment of the meeting.
Let's eat cake.
Eat cake, everybody. Let them eat cake.